What's up, family? It's your brother, friend, coworker, and son. It's Ernest, and you are waking up with E. What's up, everybody? It's your boy E, and I just had a few minutes while I was on my lunch break, and I wanted to just kind of share some thoughts that I had with you on today. So for the last few weeks, I have been going to this watch party supporting these two amazing black women that is competing on this show called The Amazing Race. Their names are Milena and Andrea, and I'm gonna tell you, they are an inspiration for us all. As you know, for the last few weeks, we've been talking about the topic of finishing strong. And these two ladies are literally giving you a master class week after week about how to finish strong. So let's jump into this on today, and let me bring out some points that I think I've learned from the last episode that will encourage us to finish strong as we wrap up this year and get closer to the finish line. All right? So now that we talked about what the show was and we saw who the players are, let's get into the story. So on last week's episode, they had a challenge called Stand or Deliver. The deliver was you had to take these mattresses, these heavy behind 60-pound mattresses, and take them up to the 4th floor. Now our Philly Jones was like, we ain't having that. I know that's right. So they decided to do the stand challenge, where you would have to deal with slimy creatures. It was like a fish market, and you had to look at the display, no real instructions, and from the display you had to run to the market, find the appropriate fish, right? Now some of these were eel, some of these were tilapia, and they were wet, and the eel was still alive. And if you're really creeped out about fishy things, imagine the smell. It was just a challenge that was mentally grueling, because not only did you have to go find the fish, but you had to bring them back up and you had to display them the correct way. So my girl M was like, I ain't feeling it, right? She don't like slimy things. She don't like eel. The eel is moving. 1, 2, 3, 4. She was like, I'm just not feeling it. They ended up in last place. Let me tell y'all, family, we was in there tripping. We was tripping because we didn't want to see them lose. Sometimes we got to make sure that we're not judging other people's story, their struggle, because from looking in, you better grab them fish. You better get that going. It's just fish. But when it's something that you're not comfortable with, something you don't like, you don't understand how difficult it can be. And this is where the strength of their friendship shine through. You got to make sure you got the right partner. When you're trying to get into excellence, you got to make sure you got the right team behind you. Adrienne, she stepped in, was like, girl, get it together. Come on, shake it off. Shake it off. Grab your gloves, grab this fish. I know you don't like it, but we ain't got time for that right now. I got you, you got me. As long as we got each other, we gonna make it through. Balancing each other's weaknesses. So you got to make sure that you got friends that's balancing your weaknesses. If y'all both bad at one thing, why would y'all team up and try to do something better? Make sure that your team is strengthening you. Your core circle, somebody got to be strong in an area that you're weak in, and you got to be strong in an area where someone else is weak in. You also got to make sure you stay focused, because there was distractions everywhere. You got to be mindful that people are watching you at all times. They're watching every move you make. They're watching how you do things. And last week they were watching the Philly Jones moves, and because they were watching them, they made mistakes. Stop worrying about what everybody else is doing. Stop looking at what everybody else is doing and stay focused. Stay on course. Stay on course. Stay on course. They weren't thrown off by the noise. They weren't thrown off by the pressure. They weren't. They focused on the mission at hand. They probably knew they were last, but they did not let that distract them from finishing strong.
This leg of the race. We'll open it out. Thank you.
Their last challenge, the challenge they needed to get ahead in the game. It was a high-stake game of matchmaker, where they had to find a tile that matched a clue. Teams were already solving it. So when they arrived, mind you, they were last, right? So as they were arriving, teams already had hours ahead of them to figure out the puzzle. That when the Philly Jones was showing up, people was already at the finish line, 1st and 2nd and at 3rd place.
We're not ready to go home.
I know that's right.
My girl A took the lead. She said, I'm gonna do this. I got this. You got the last thing. Chill out. I'm gonna bring this home for you.
This is not the end of our race.
Are we good? Congratulations!
Good job, Adrienne. They just got it working.
Now, the TV show made it seem like it was only 5 minutes, right? And that's a good thing too, because you don't have to show everybody everything. She said it took her a little minute, but she went in there last, stayed focused, and ended up in the 6th or 7th place. Back to being at the front. Now, she could have looked at her circumstances, she could have looked at what was around her and instantly gave up, but she stayed focused to the mission, and she went from last to not being last. Okay, it doesn't matter how you start, it matters how you finish. Stay focused. This is the end of the year, and we can't allow no distractions. We can't allow negative people in our ear. We can't allow negative past experiences mess with us. We have to stay focused. All right, I can't go along with this because I'm at lunch and I got to get back to work, but I wanted to encourage you guys. All right, my girls, the Philly Joins, are showing us how to finish strong. If you want to support them, okay, watch the show. Come to Jacobs Northwest if you can, and just learn from them, because you're getting a A1 course on how you finish the race strong. I love you, family, and this is E, and you've been waking up with E.
I'm just so happy that I'm able to race with my best friend, and it was different points where we were giving up, but we just kept on pushing.